Hello, hello, hello.
What's going on, Facebook family? What's the deal?
Good evening,
Welcome,
everybody.
welcome on this Tuesday night. We are super excited tonight. It's a big night.
A big night.
It's a big night in the Rogers household tonight.
Yes.
We're super excited. Make sure when you come on, you like and share this video, this live. Share it to as many people as possible. We are so excited. We're grateful once again for you all tuning in to us. When you come in, let us know you in. Wave, say what's up, say hello.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Sorry.
Turn down your phones.
Hey, Cynthia, how are you? Good evening. Good evening.
Yep. We are so grateful and excited tonight.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. We are excited about this topic that we're going to talk about tonight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, this has been a hot topic betwixt us.
Since last week.
Yeah, since last week. This has been a hot topic. So I can't wait to talk about this one right here.
Say what's up. Show your face. We want to know who's live with us tonight.
Hello.
Who we got? Kim, what's up,
Hey, Kim.
What's going on, Kim? We are super excited. We see the people are coming in. We'll give you a few more minutes before we get started with tonight's topic. Make sure time you come on, you share. What's up, Lawanda? What's going on?
Hey, Lawanda.
The minute you get on, make sure you hit that share button. Share, and share some more. What's up, our YouTube family, too? What's going on, YouTube? What's up?
How y'all doing tonight?
Hey, Keisha. She live. Keisha is live tonight.
I'm just telling everybody, hey, that's all. Hey, that's all I'm doing. I'm telling everybody, hey, that's one to be nice.
We gonna get started in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, so we are excited about tonight's topic. It was submitted to us anonymously. So we are very excited about what we're going to talk about tonight.
Some good stuff, we feel
good stuff. So while we're waiting...
And we're looking for some spirited responses, too.
Oh, yeah, we need, of course, Lawanda always respond, too.
Oh, yeah.
So we're looking for some responses because...
But yeah,
this
go
is
ahead.
a serious topic.
It's real serious.
Yes, but before we get started...
Before we get started with that, let me take the time to publicly say, as I've said privately, how proud I am of my wife, the author. I'm married to an author now. Author Yakisha Rogers. Her book dropped on Sunday on Amazon. And the response to it has been amazing.
Yes.
We are so grateful to God, first and foremost.
Yes.
And grateful to you all who have already purchased it. We are so super excited. We got our copy today that came in the mail. What time is family dinner? We are and that's one of the things we've been mentioning the last couple of weeks where we say we got a surprise or blah, blah, blah. Well, that was one of them. So we are super excited. Thank you all who have purchased the book. Some of you all bought multiple copies.
I mean, really appreciate that.
She is and I am super proud of her. And let me say this real quick, not just because of the book she wrote. What she wrote, she just talented. She can do that. I'm proud of the faith that she used to do it. And for you all who know her intimately, you know that was a huge step for her.
Somebody had to talk me off the ledge today. Thank you.
Yes. So, I mean, she was fussing at me for buying $7 floss the other day. So for her to do this, I am so proud of her. Just thankful for God and you all's response. But let me shut up and let me pass it along to the author. I'm not an author. Let me pass it to the author in the house.
Hey, darling.
Yakisha
and
Rogers. The floor is yours.
Okay, so look, y'all.
I'll hold it while you talk.
That's fine.
Okay.
So this, well, you can hold it.
Yeah.
But this right here, this has been a vision. It was on my vision board. It's been in the making it might not look like it, but it has been in the making for many years. God had given me this vision. I sat on it. I didn't do anything with it, but I decided that, I said, I'm going to get this off my
bucket list.
Off my bucket list.
Yep.
I'm going to get this off my bucket list. So I stepped out scared. I stepped out and I did it. Thank you, Lord. I did it. So... And I wanted to let you know, I want to say thank you for real. Like, thank you so much. Like, I almost started crying right before I got onto this live because The sales have been wonderful. Oh my God, in 2 days, y'all, in 2 days. So I just want to say thank you so much. It is a preschool rhyming book, but that's where my heart lies.
Right.
That's where my heart lies. That's what I know.
Right.
So, it's simple enough for them to read. It's based, the little boy is named Grayson. His name is Grayson, and my grandson's name is Grayson. So I named him Grayson. And this book is about family. The books that I write and will write again, they're all going to be about family. Because I love family, and y'all know I love food now. Y'all know I love some food. So, but it's about family, and it's about the food and the memories and the and the kind of food that I grew up on.
Right.
So, and it's about making time together because, we have a busy life. Now it's just so busy. I don't even know if people sit down and actually eat together anymore. Making childhood memories. Those are the memories that I carry from childhood. So I just want to encourage somebody, if you're not having family time, if you're not doing family dinner, you're so busy, you try to make the time, even for I'm talking about for your small children, make the time, you know what I mean? So, because it means so much, and they hold those memories dear and near in their hearts. So, I just want to say thank y'all. And
if you are seeing this tonight, or if you view this later on, the book can be purchased on Amazon.com. Make sure if you haven't purchased it, go get you a copy, especially if you have little preschool kids. This is something that can start their learning, their reading career off, and they get to see images that look like them. That's what I love about it so much. Where's the picture with all the family?
And this is one of my favorite pictures in the book. Because guess what? It's a whole family. And they are surrounded around the table. And the representation is there. Right. There is a grandpa. And there is a dad.
Yeah. She is screaming.
She said I scream, but I work with kids, so y'all already know.
Yeah, that's true.
There is a grandfather and there is a dad represented in this picture. So I just wanted everybody to know, make time for family dinner. Make time for family dinner for your children. So
that's right.
The kids love it.
Amazon.com. Go get it. What time is family dinner?
What time is family
Y'all give her. Y'all put
I'm
some
excited.
Super excited and proud of her. Super excited and proud of her.
Okay.
That's book number 1. She got some more coming.
That's book number 1.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Yeah. Now that I went through the process, I know kind of what the I know what kind of what to do. Anyway, so let's get to the topic at hand for tonight.
Right.
Okay, so this topic is for married people. It's for people who are engaged. It's for people who desire to be married. And this question was submitted to us. And then I actually had a conversation with a person about it. So
did I.
I mean, yeah, so did Savalis. So listen, it says, at what point do you cut off your adult child financially?
Or children
financially? At what point do you cut off your adult child or children, like he said, financially? So look, like I was saying, I was having a conversation with someone, and she desires to be married, right, in the near future. So during the conversation, she stated to me that when she get married, she feels as if her new husband wouldn't have any say-so.
Or shouldn't have any say-so.
Oh, yeah, or shouldn't have any say-so about what she gives to her adult children or child. What money, what bills she paid for them, or what finances that she paid for them. And she kept saying, well, they're going to be friends. Like,
who's going to be friends?
The new husband and the child or children, they're going to be friends. Right. So, it has nothing to do with their relationship. Right. The wife, and I was like, okay. Right. And then she feels that her new husband should stay out of it because they were already grown when he or wife came into,
hey Wanda,
came into the picture. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My response was, you don't lost your mind. That's what I said. You have lost your mind. Right. Hey, Miss Sheila. But that doesn't mean that I'm right, because when we talked about it, it was actually another person, another lady that feels the same way that she does. Right. So maybe I lost my mind. Right. But I don't care if you are 2 years into the marriage and the kids are grown. I feel like that's something that you need to discuss with your spouse. I feel like you should it's y'all finances together. Any decision that needs to be made, that needs to be discussed. So I mean, what do
I'm
you
trying
think
to wait. I'm trying to give people a chance to get their opinion before I say what I said.
Okay, so LaWanda said, but if he knows before the marriage, it is cool, to each is their own. I mean, that's something different. Yeah, if he knows before the marriage, sure. But would you just coming off the cuff?
Sharon Leonard, what's up, Sharon Leonard?
If you just coming off the cuff saying, well, you already done made up in your mind. So I basically said, well, I don't think you ready to be married.
Right.
That was me though. That's my opinion.
LaWanda said, but after me in my house. Reverend McIntyre said, but after me in my house.
Right. So what you think? What you say?
Okay, so when it was brought to me, basically my take was this. If you are coming into this situation already splitting...
Ooh, that's good, Miss Sheila. Go ahead.
Well, what you say?
Go ahead.
Okay, if you're already coming into a marriage already saying, this is mine, that's yours, you're not ready for marriage. Marriage is not about division, it's about coming together. And what you are doing, in my opinion, is this: you are opening your door, you are opening your marriage up to trouble. Because what you are telling the husband is, you're not priority one. Now, we all know God is supposed to be first. Let me just go ahead and get that out of the way. God is supposed to be first. But after that, it's supposed to go God, husband, wife, children. And what you're telling that man is, you take a back seat to my kids. Or kid, whatever. You know, I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm going to go ahead and define what type of relationship you have with my children. The type of relationship you're going to have, y'all going to be friends. I think that's manipulative. I think that's a way of control. I said it's not a prayer. I think that's a way of controlling the situation. The man may be coming into your life to be more than a friend to the kids. He may be there to add to their life, bring value, or bring something that was missing to their life, not friendship.
Okay, well, we got some. Okay, so Ms. Sheila said, what if he has children and he is applying this for his children? Would it be the same?
It shouldn't matter.
No, she just saying, would it be the same if he's saying, well, you can't tell me what to do with my
It goes the same for him.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And Cynthia says, well, if he has a bank account and I have a bank account and we have one together, whatever comes to my account is not affecting him.
Maybe today it doesn't. Maybe tomorrow it does it. Maybe next month it does it. But what's to say he doesn't lose his job? Let's say he loses his job. No fault of his own. You know, we just went through some serious economic times in this country.
Yes.
COVID for the last 2 years caused a ton of people to lose their jobs. So say he loses his job, and until he get back on his feet, you may have to supplement the income a little bit more. That means you got to take out of your account to add to the bills. Are you going to look at him and say, no, because so-and-so needs some Jordans, or so-and-so need a haircut, or so-and-so need a new dress or whatever? Come on. Your marriage is supposed to take priority. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Hey, Brina. Hey, Susan.
Hey, Brina. Who? Susan?
Oh. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay.
So what are you going to do? Once again, you're already divided and telling the husband where he is on the importance line. He's clearly not number one. He's clearly not number one. If you're already telling him, well, this is what you're going to do, and you're going to be here and you're going to be here.
Okay, Cynthia said, what's the difference of me buying him a gift out of my account?
Gifts is different. We're not talking about gifts. I still get gifts from my parents at my tender age.
Right. We're talking about...
We're not talking about gifts. Mom, every Christmas, my birthday, and Father's Day, I get gifts from my parents and my siblings. That's not what that's not what we're talking about when we said cut off.
And I don't think that's what the person was talking about. I think the person was talking about paying their bill.
Hey, Cynthia.
Paying their child's
Good
bills.
talk, much needed. Thank you,
Hey,
Cynthia.
Cynthia.
Yeah, we're not talking about gifts.
Yeah.
We're talking about my parents don't pay my mortgage. Her parents don't pay our light bill. They don't pay us. That's what we talking about, cutting off financially.
Now, if we get into a bind or something, thank God we have never, that hasn't happened.
Right.
As a parent, now that's something different. You are going to, you're not going to let your child just fall.
But buying shouldn't be every month.
Right, exactly.
You shouldn't be in a buying every month.
Right.
Buying should come annually, maybe once a year.
Hopefully not.
If not biannually.
Right.
That's what a buying. If you in a buying every month, that's not a buying. That's a pattern. That's not a buying. It's two different things. That's habitual bad spending habits. It's a habit.
Not using wisdom.
Not using wisdom.
Exactly. LaWanda said, hopefully, if he lost his job, he lost his job, she would make sure that the bills are paid before the grown kids want or need something.
That's right. You should, but we don't know that based off the conversation I was privy to last week.
Right, exactly.
You know, the conversation I was privy to last week was more of, it ain't none of his business what I do. That's basically what I got from
Right.
it. It's none of his business what I do with my money in my bank account and who I do it for. I just think that's the wrong mentality to take into a marriage, especially a new marriage. I think it's the wrong mentality to give to children because we are all who are married or even desire to be married. We are all reflections of what we saw and grew up in. All right, whether we want to be or not. And what we do we are teaching those to come after us. This is what marriage should or should not be. So it is my responsibility as a husband to show not just my son, but any man that comes into my presence, how to treat a woman with respect, take care of your household, love God. Maybe I should have said that first. Be a man of your word. Be responsible. That's what we show, and that passes on to the next generation. But if I'm a wimp, I'm a raise wimps. If I'm a yellowback husband, then I'm a produce a yellowback husband. If you a bossy wife, you're gonna produce a bossy wife. If you sneaking and hiding stuff, now that's what those that are watching you will do, and people are watching you.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
The one that said, I pray he knows all
I love you too, Miss Sheila. I know that was for me, Miss Sheila.
The one that says, I pray he knows all this before because he will probably cause conflict and possibly ruin.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You better preach, brother. That's why I got okay. Yeah, absolutely. If you feel that way, then you should give him the opportunity to know that before you get married, before he asks you for your hand in marriage.
But then don't try to switch up and change after you get married.
Don't try to switch up and change.
Because that's what so many people do.
I'm going to tell you, if I hear that, I'm going to turn it to a track star because I'm going to take off. I'm gone. I don't have to put up with that. Why would I walk into a situation like that where I'm going to be second to your son? Because you're not going to be second to anyone in my life. You're going to be number one after God, of course, or daughter. You're going to be number one. So I want that same position. I want to be treated and respected the same way. What I'm going to give you.
And that's not saying don't help your adult children.
No.
We're not saying that.
As adults, I'm quite sure.
Because we'd be wrong to say that.
That's not what we're saying. That's not. We use the word bind, get in a bind. Bind is not monthly.
Right, exactly.
That's not monthly. Now, we both, at some point in our young adult age, needed help from family. Right?
Oh, yeah.
We got in binds.
Oh, yeah.
We got in binds as young adults trying to maneuver and learn how to pay bills and keep a job or get the right job. We've both been in situations where we got assistance from family. Not ashamed to say that. That was many years ago, though.
Yep.
Many, many years ago. That's not the case now. We've been blessed that that's not an issue. She handles the money, and that's the way we do it. But, how would I feel now calling my mom every time like, T-Mobile about to cut our phone off. I don't deserve no phone at my age asking my parents for that. I ain't gonna say my age, but I'm too old to be asking for bill money. I'll put it that way. So at some point, you do have to cut off your adult children financially because you're doing more harm to them by continuing to give them than you know.
Exactly. And that's what I was telling her. I was like, well, they have to learn how to fly. Because if you always bail them out, if you always...
What's going on, Reverend Doja?
They know that they can,
right.
You have to let them fly.
Right.
Right? You have to let them fly.
And real quick, I used to watch a lot of Wild Kingdom and Discovery Channel and animal shows. The way birds show their chicks how to fly, they just throw them. It's not, they don't teach them, they don't take them to flight school and put parachutes on their back. They're normally up high up in a tree or a mountain. They grab them and they throw them out. It's up to the chick whether they fly or die. But they don't know that they can fly if you keep bailing them out from dying.
Right.
They got the power. They have the ability to fly. They got the wings. They've been equipped. But if you keep bailing them out, they'll never know that.
Right. Dottie said we should only help them out when they are in a bind. It becomes enabling when we pay their bills.
Right.
When they are grown.
Right.
Yep. And you know what? And like I was telling this person, I said, look, if I knew my mom was going to pay my bills when I was grown, do you think I would try to You think I would?
Exactly.
I wouldn't try to. I'd be like, oh, I know my
Right.
mama got it. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't. And the one that says, I only
Wanda
hope.
first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wanda said, I only hope when I see they are trying to help.
I
only
only-
help when I see they are trying to help
That's
themselves.
right. That's right.
Themselves. Cynthia said, what should be cut off? What should be the cutoff age? I don't think that's no magic number.
It's not a specific. There's not a number, but there's a time. I guess that would vary from person to person. We have a 19-year-old in college. It's not time for us to cut him off financially.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's still in school. What, sophomore? His sophomore year in school.
Yeah.
Of course, he has 2 more good years, where 2 more real good years, where we don't mind giving to him.
Right.
Once he graduates from college and is employed, because he will be employed, then he has to fly and manage on his own.
Right.
You know. So, I mean, I don't know what the cutoff age is. I know when you hit that 30 mark, when you get close to that 30 mark, we got to talk.
Exactly. Right.
Oh, and if you get a family during that time, then it's really time to talk about cutting you off, because it's time for you to take responsibility.
And let me tell y'all something. When we start having children, my mom was like, y'all don't get no Christmas gifts. It's for the kids.
Wow.
So, yeah, the cutoff game is real.
Cutoff game is real.
Household.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyway.
Wanda said.
Ryan said he has a ways to go.
Yes, you got a ways to go.
But they grew up so fast. So
yeah.
You need a lesson. The Wanda said, I think it could vary depending on situation.
Right.
You know, the cutoff age.
So let me give an example where it would vary. Say you had a daughter, or I'm gonna say a daughter is 30, 35, and say she was in a marriage and either she got a divorce, or just say, God forbid, her husband died. That's different. That's where, as parents, you would come and maybe give some assistance, say if they weren't set up properly. That's different. That's not what we're talking about. We talking about where you getting money, like I said, for cell phone, your hair, and all that kind. No.
And able body.
And you able to work and take care of yourself? No, right. I got a problem with that.
Right. Exactly.
I got a problem with that.
Right. Or you working and you want to spend your money on what you want to spend your money on.
There you go.
Now that's the problem.
Your shoes. Let me put it to you this way: if you come to me for help, for assistance, then you should look worse than me.
Exactly. You shouldn't be balling.
Your shoes should look worse than mine.
Walking around here with Louis Vuitton.
Your nails should look worse than my wife.
Exactly.
You should need a haircut. My hair should be flawless. Yours should be tore up. Your hairline should be off. If you come to me needing help and you look flawless, like you just either left the club or on your way to the club,
exactly.
I got questions.
Exactly.
I got questions.
Ryan said, is the cutoff age biased based on the child being a son or a daughter?
It shouldn't be, but it is.
That's a good question.
They'll hang on to the daughter. The daughter will hang on and get far better treatment than the son will. That's an excellent. So? Absolutely.
Oh, because you saying ain't no man gonna live in my house.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Fathers will say that in a heartbeat. Ain't no man gonna live up in my house and I take care of him. But let the daughter need it. That's my baby. No, she's not. She just as rusty as your son is. And they both need to get out.
Sabrina said it was never an expectation for my parents to pay for me. Mm-hmm. I told my kids the expectations, and they think God has not come back. But if they needed me, I would be there on the example somebody said. Of course, that's what we're saying.
We're not talking about that, because God, we all come to a point where we may need assistance. Exactly. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about monthly stuff, regular, weekly, daily. You hit me up for money all the time. No. Mm-mm. We got to talk.
Right. And LaWanda said it is such a double standard.
It is a double standard.
Right, exactly.
When a female can get away with that a lot longer than a man can. That's just the way society is. That's a topic for another night. But based off the question that we have for tonight is, we've established that there's no specific age. I guess that would be based off the situation.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That's what Darlene said. There's not a perfect age, but if you are working and you are spending money on BS, it's time to cut you off.
It's time to cut you off. If you're being irresponsible, whatever age that is, it would be time to cut you off. if
buying stuff beyond your means.
living beyond your means.
I mean, living beyond your means.
Not working is a clear indication it's time to cut you off, because I'm not giving you the chance to fly if I'm still feeding you in the nest.
Now we're not talking about if you out looking for a job and you clearly cannot find a job.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. You clearly cannot find a job. But we see the effort that you're putting into it. That's not what we're talking about.
Right.
But we just talking about if you expect me to pay your bills and mine, that's not about to happen.
No, that's not about to happen. Especially as it relates to marriage, because that can cause trouble in the household. When you're taking from the pot that we've built as a couple, as a married couple, if you do desire to be married, our income is for us to take care of the house and to take care of each other and to go on trips and vacations and, to live a life that we've built for ourselves.
Right.
When you start dipping into that, you're asking for problems in your marriage, especially if you are the parent who is steady making it rain on your kids.
Right.
But
when I was talking to the person, she was saying that that thing, baby, I can't remember, but y'all, that thing,
she was hot when I got home.
I was like, wait a minute. She was saying, and I wrote it down because I want to make sure that I'm saying it right. She said that she feels like her new husband should stay out of it because the kids were already grown when he came into their lives.
Okay, read what Kim said, and we'll
So Kim said, I remember I told my dad I wanted a car and I was 17. He sat me down and he made me write down the cost of the oil change, new brakes, tune up, insurance, tires, and after we added all that up, he told me if you could afford everything that comes with the car, you can get one.
Period. Point blank. Drop the mic.
I know all about it because
Yeah.
he made me buy my first car. I bought a Chevy Chevette.
Hold on. Wanda said, but I might help them to keep them from moving back home. Amen, sister. Now go back to what you said. Amen, sister. Yeah. Better believe it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay, read that again.
I was saying what Kim was saying. Like my dad, I bought my first car was a Chevy Chevette for $150. Y'all know how long that lasted.
Goodness.
Okay.
Yeah.
$150 for
Right.
Chevy Chevette. But I thought I was doing something.
Right.
And I had to pay my own insurance. So hey, it is what it is. She said that she feels her new husband should stay out of it because they were already grown when he came into their life. So he has no, in other words, he has no say so in what she gives to, I guess you would say, her kids.
But once
they're not kids, they're adults.
That's true. That is true.
Children.
But once you get married,
right?
Don't they become his grown children too?
That's what I was saying.
Right.
Right, and your household becomes one.
Your household becomes
so
one.
His money is your money is his money.
Right.
You might think that you have a separate account, and that's fine, and he has a separate account, but that money's still coming out of the household.
Which you are one.
Right. Exactly.
Right. I said it last week. I'm gonna say it again. If that is the mentality that you are taking into a possible marriage, you are not ready for marriage. You should not go into marriage thinking separate. It is a recipe for divorce. It is a recipe for destruction. Period. Point blank.
Because you are 18.
You are supposed to be 18.
Right.
It is the wrong mentality to take into something that is meant to bring people together, and you're thinking apart.
Okay, so Sabrina said, Joyce Ann, that's the mama, said that when you're 18, you got to get out my house. She was done. She understood the assignment. Now
some people feel like that's been harmful, that mentality.
It has. Because every child is not the same. They haven't matured the same. But you have to have a cutoff point. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you don't have to have a cutoff. You do have to have a cutoff point. But we even learned from that.
We did.
Like, we learned from that. Mm-hmm. Right? Because your kids are different. So just because you turn 18, that doesn't mean that, okay, you got to go. Now, Now,
let me time out. If you think you grown at 18, then yeah, peace.
Well, I did think I was grown at 18.
Yeah. Yeah, go see how it is. Go see how grown really is.
Right.
Go learn for yourself and then come back and tell me how grown work for you.
Yeah, so I understand when you causing issues and
exactly.
Like that. Yeah. Okay,
exactly.
So I get that.
That's right.
Dinah said we have to teach our children about financial responsibility.
So true. That gets an applause.
At early ages. I wish there was more classes or more something for the kids to learn that. Heck, I'm still trying to learn. When they start working, you have to pull back on things we buy for them so they can learn how to budget.
Woo!
That's
Excellent.
important.
So important.
Learning how to budget is
That's
very
right.
important.
Mm-hmm.
Wanda, I was reading. That's the Wanda replying back.
Oh, okay.
Wanda,
And one of the ways you teach them about finances is how you take care of your finances.
because they watching.
They watching. They know. You know, if they come home one day to take a shower and there's no hot water, yeah, they know how you handling your finances. If they come home and the refrigerator is empty, you're showing them how you handle your finances.
Right.
I'll be spiritual for 1 second. We were mindful to show our kids and let them know that we pay tithe and
Right.
offering.
Exactly.
That's us. That ain't for everybody. If it applies to you, good, great. If it doesn't, you can disregard what I'm saying. And the reason I did it, I think you did too, because I saw my parents do it.
Yeah.
On a annual, monthly, weekly, even before my daddy was in church, he would send his money. You understand what I'm saying? So you teach them about finances. Even you may not have to be able to put them in a class, but the class can be life and how you handle your stuff.
Because life will teach you.
Life will teach you. So if they don't never get in a class, you can show them how to handle finances and be responsible and be good stewards over what they do have.
That's
Period.
true.
So that can start in the household. Let them sit down with you when you do bills and pay bills, and let them and also teach them a greater love for you. It should.
Well, this was one step further. Now I'm not saying everybody should do this, but this taught me. When I was living with my mom and dad, I had a bill. I had to pay the cable bill, but it wasn't like a cable bill now. A cable bill now is like a car payment.
Yes,
almost.
sir.
It's ridiculous. But I had to pay the cable bill. And like I said, I had to pay my own car insurance. So I was already in the habit of paying a bill, and paying my tithes before I even left the house.
Right.
So that was
A way of teaching you
that was
about
a way
finances.
Yes, that was a way of teaching me about finances.
And has it benefited you as an adult?
Oh yes, it
Absolutely.
has benefited me as an
That's
adult.
right. Right.
Now, did I do that? Did I make my kids pay a bill?
No.
I did not.
She would have if I wasn't in the picture. I feel like she would have, but no. She would have, but we didn't do that. No, we didn't want to do that. Yeah.
No, but I always talk about saving your money.
True.
And
True.
I'm always constantly in that ear about do something with it.
Right.
Save it. Don't spend
Right.
it all. Don't eat out.
Right.
Don't eat out every night.
Right. And by doing this,
Now, if I eat out every
right.
night, that's my business because I can afford it.
And we
But
empty
I'm telling
nesters.
you,
Yeah. We earn the right to do that. Yeah.
But I'm telling you,
Right.
if you can't afford it, don't do that.
Don't do that. That way, you ain't got to come to me asking for no money. And that
Exactly.
way, you ain't got to cause no conflict within my household. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about, because ultimately, this can lead to issues between the couple.
Right.
If you still footing the bill and trying to take care of an adult. That's what we're talking about.
Right. The one that said, "Do as I say, not as I do."
Exactly. So, and this is
Right,
not
Yolanda.
this is not cruel. This is not inhumane. This is life, and we want to make them. Our desire as parents should be to make our kids and set them up to be better than we ever were.
And I think in this generation we are.
Yeah, to push them further than we got pushed. But you don't do that by babysitting and coddling them forever. You gotta let them go through some of the worst times that we both went through made us.
Exactly.
Made us who we are. And I'm quite sure some of you all can agree to that. You gotta go through some trials and tribulations. You have to. It makes you. But we so fearful that we're going to be looked at as a bad parent. No, you're a good parent. Let them struggle a little bit. Now, we're not saying you go downtown and they sit on the side of the street with a sign and
Right.
you just be like, oh, let me give them a quarter, keep moving. That's not what we're talking about. That's way beyond letting them suffer. But yeah, let them lose let the lights get cut off one time. Let the cell phone get cut off a time or two.
That's the big one.
Let them get scared let them be scared that the tow truck that's coming through the neighborhood is coming to get their car. Just a little scare. It will make them more responsible adults,
And it definitely will.
which will show their children how to be more responsible and just keep going and make the whole generation. That's what we're talking about, But if you still got them on the breast at age 27 and 28, you doing them a disservice. Tough love, baby.
25.
Exactly.
Sorry,
25.
25,
Yeah.
You know age, but I'm just saying 25.
I want my kids to always be and do better than me. Exactly. That should be our goal as parents. to have them go further and do more than we ever did. So that may take some hard lessons.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
So I hope she's listening. I hope she's listening.
And even if you're not on the line tonight, like I said, when this is shared and seen later on, that whoever this is listening. Because especially if it's causing a problem in your marriage, this is something that you got to address and deal with ASAP.
Exactly.
ASAP. Because I know I'm going to just use, if it was one of us, like if I had a kid or if I was doing that and I was putting more money into them than I should be, she would say something.
Yes.
She would say something. She would have a problem with it, and vice versa. And she would have every right, especially if it's taken from her. Let me come home and say, we can't go on vacation or something this year because I gave Junior the money to get his alternator fixed or whatever. And she, again,
right.
if it's habitual.
Times. Right.
If
exactly.
it's habitual. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let's define that. We're not talking about binds are not weekly or monthly. Binds are every 3 or 4 years. I done stretched it back a little bit. Yeah, I had to add a couple more years onto it.
You said annually.
Yeah, no, let me take that away.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, it's a point when you do have to let them fend for themselves.
Fend for yourself.
Trust me. I was just telling him the other day, I was just like, look, I went to put the tags on my car and I had a flashback. Cause I'm trying to tell y'all, it was a point in my life when I couldn't even, I was riding dirty. But that's one of the things that taught me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That taught me to let me know that I don't want to be there anymore.
Right.
But I had to go through that.
Right.
You know what I mean? If my mother was there at my rescue at every time I called, then I wouldn't have learned anything.
Right.
So you have to let your kids go. Does it hurt? Yes, it hurts to watch them go through things.
Right.
But you gotta let them go through something.
Right.
You understand?
It also should hurt to know that you didn't do everything you could as a parent to make them better and give them, and sometimes making them better is letting them hurt a little bit. You got to feel that sting a little bit. But look out, what she said?
She said, but look at you
now.
now.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I just said that before we got
Yes, you
I was
did.
like, oh my God, you don't call me a mighty long ways. I mean, I might tell you, from hiding in I ain't ashamed to tell it, whatever, I don't even care. My testimony. From hiding in the closet from the rent man to, just doing amazing things. And I know this is only the beginning, so.
Ryan said we rode dirty too. I used to switch the license plate.
Exactly,
Dang,
Ryan.
you real dirty. You muddy. You were filthy with it, Reb.
Right. So Cynthia said, what if they're not asking? They're already paying their tithes and stuff like that. But it was already set up, and the child and the parent already came in on the agreement.
That's fine prior to.
Do you understand what she's saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Whatever agreement you had with the child is wonderful prior to you becoming a wife. Then the agreement you should focus on is the one you made before God, the one you made before the pastor, the family, the magistrate, whoever you did it before.
Oh yeah, what about that agreement?
What about that agreement?
Exactly.
That agreement trumps the agreement that you and your child had about money. Because now you're responsible first to your husband. First. Now, I know that sounds cruel, and women, mothers hate to hear that especially, but it's nothing but the gospel truth. That agreement that you made with your kid takes a back seat to the agreement that you signed that changes your name, that changes your tax bracket, that may change your address, that changes your beneficiaries. All of that comes before and trumps the agreement that you made with your kid.
Right.
Period. If you want a successful marriage. Now, if you don't, if you want a raggedy marriage, then you do what you want to do.
So what y'all think? What y'all
period.
think about this question that Cynthia asked? What if they're not asking, they already paying tithes and stuff like that? Asking for what? Asking for money?
I guess so.
What if they're not asking for money, but it was already a setup, and a child and the parent already came in on the agreement?
That's fine as long as you're single. Once you get married, we got to revisit this agreement. Yeah.
And it may not be a problem to your said spouse. It may not be.
It may not be.
It may not be a problem to your said spouse, but that's something that y'all got to visit and explore.
Even if it's not a problem to your spouse, you still owe him or her the respect to discuss
Right,
it
that's
with
what I
you.
was that's what
you're
I'm
saying.
saying.
Yeah. You owe them that.
You
If
just
you
don't-
want order in your house.
Exactly. You just don't go into marriage talking about, well, this is what I got going on over here.
Yeah.
You know, she said, Brenda said, amend the agreement.
Amend the agreement. Revisit the contract. Tear it up and start all over. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Because if you don't, there will be problems.
There will be problems.
There will be resentment.
Mm-hmm.
There will be bitterness.
Mm-hmm.
It might be all cool and well at first, but trust and believe.
Trust and believe.
There's going to be some resentment.
Mm-hmm.
Like he may start resenting your children, or he even may
Which is going to
start
make you
resenting
resent him.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It's an unnecessary issue. We're not talking about if the child is 10.
Right.
That's not what we're talking about. We talking about grown, rusty, out the house, got your own. You just maybe not handling your finances properly.
Right.
No,
Exactly.
and you don't come into the marriage dictating what he is going to be to whom. It doesn't work that way.
And then your grown child is going to see that.
And will have no respect for him or her whatsoever.
Exactly.
Kids will know how to manipulate the two of you. You know what I mean? Oh, I
We
know
keep
what to
saying
say.
kids, but they're young adults.
Well, yeah, the young adults. Yeah, they will know how to manipulate the two of you and continue to bleed you and get what they want from you. So, you're not ready for marriage if that's your mentality.
Okay, Emma Smallwood. Hey, Emma.
Hey,
She
Emma.
said she's just saying this. What's the question? The question is, at what point do you cut off your adult children or child financially?
Right,
At what point?
right.
Do you got something? What you think, Emma? What you think?
Because we empty nesters now, you know. Like I said, the only child that we are still responsible for financially is the 19-year-old. I can't even remember. Yeah,
Right.
He's still in college. Yeah, so that's different. You know, he's still on the insurance. But best trust and believe, the minute he get a job,
With insurance.
it's either he get a job or turn 26. He gone. He off my insurance. I don't mind doing it now, you know, but the rest of it, he get a job first or 26, whichever come first.
When they get grown and start having their own kids.
We said that earlier.
Yep.
We said that earlier. That plays a part too.
We agree.
Because if you got kids, then I got to take care of both of y'all.
Exactly.
Whew. I don't know. It sounds harsh, but like my wife said, you got to let them go through the growing pains in order to grow. You don't grow without the pains.
Right, and that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you won't help them from time to time. But
Time to
But
time.
that's few and far between.
Few and far between. Yeah, we talking about binds. Yeah.
What if he goes for his master's degree? Like, what if he's at college and continue to go for his master's degree? That's what she's asking.
If it's a continual, like, okay, I got my bachelor's on my BS, cool. I'm gonna go for my master's, cool. Not I got my bachelor's on my BS. 15 years later, I'm going back to school to get my master's. Oh, congratulations. Let me know when you graduate. I'll be there. But you gonna foot every bill that comes along with that. If you just steady going with it, no problem. We can still help you, but you can still work while you're getting your master's.
Right.
You can still work. You can take it. You can get a job. Yeah, because you don't have to be in school for it. The amount of hours required to get your master's is not the same to get your BS or BA. So you can work.
Ain't nothing wrong with you.
Ain't nothing wrong with you.
And
Yeah.
Ryan said his dad kicked him off his insurance at 25.
Yep.
And my sister said, I got my master's and work
You
at
can
the
still
same
work.
time.
Yeah, you can do both. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, you can do both. You gotta cut them off at some point. You gotta throw them out the nest and let the birds fly.
Because like you said, you're doing them a disadvantage.
You are.
If you
putting them-
don't.
Yep.
My daughter's about to graduate in May from college. She's about to see for real.
Yes.
She better enjoy this while she can.
Yes.
She better enjoy this while she
Yeah.
can. If that's the case, let me go get my PhD.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah. Like if you steady going like, okay, just graduated in May, and then I'm going for my master's, start school back in whatever. Okay, I got you. Not 10, 15 years later, you call, I'm going back to school, so
Right.
I need haircut money. No, you're going to have an afro. Yeah, you grown and rusty then, so.
Right, me too. I work while married and
Working with kids,
That's
yeah.
what she
You
said.
can go get your master's, your PhD, whatever, and work. It's possible. This is our opinion.
Right. These are our opinions.
Our thoughts.
Yes, our thoughts.
This is what we live by. This is what some of the answers I had to the question that was posed to me.
Right. And this was a question, and
this was a real question.
Right.
And you know what?
If
you all have some questions that may come to you, please send them to us. They're so helpful. They make our job so much easier. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is a question. It's
a real question.
Yep. Because she said that another lady agreed with her.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. So it's not just one isolated person.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. There are a lot of people who probably feel this way.
Miss Emma said, "Yep, they want to be grown, so they take on grown folks' responsibilities."
That's right.
And let me tell you, woo, that's serious.
That's a different ball game.
That's a different ball game.
So we've established that there's no specific age, but there's specific situations.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, every situation is different. But what we have, or at least we have come to the agreement that there is a point where you do have to cut them off. You must, especially if it relates to bringing in a husband or a wife into the situation. It's a must.
To keep peace in your home.
To keep peace in your home and to keep order more and more. To keep order in your home.
Exactly. So that was good.
You know.
And I hope that helped this person out tonight.
Me too. And whoever else may hear this.
Right, and whoever else may hear this. Especially if you desire to be married.
Right, and you
you're
have
not
adult
married
kids.
yet. And you have adult children.
Right.
So especially if you desire to be married. Or you already have adult children.
Right.
So I hope that it helped them out.
Right.
Yep. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Thank you for rocking with us. We're excited. We're planning some stuff. Like I said, we have an event that we're planning for this summer. It's going to be real dope. I'm waiting for that. It's going to be real dope.
Summer and fall.
Yeah, right? Summer and fall. Yeah, the retreat in the fall.
Yes, we are working
diligently
to try to get this retreat plan. We agreed that we're going out of town.
Right.
We just haven't agreed where that is.
Right.
And how we want to do it. We haven't agreed if we're going to do a hotel.
Well, we did agree, but it's, with the pandemic and stuff, prices and everything has changed.
Right.
So that has been kind of like just a minor roadblock, an eye opener.
Right. But it's going to happen this year.
Yes, but it will happen this year.
And the event we do in the summer is just going to be fun.
Oh, the event, it's going to be a fun day. I'm excited about that.
That's going to be real fun. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to that. Just, keeping the love alive, not just for us, but other couples. Because people don't really cater to married people. And if they do, it's dumb stuff. When they cater to, well, maybe not dumb, but they cater to us with boring stuff like home improvement and that kind of crap. We want to do stuff. We want to do more than that. They come to us with the boring stuff. They save the exciting stuff for the singles and the young people. Well, we want some excitement in our lives too.
Shoot, it should be some excitement. We married.
Right. We should be the more excited ones.
Yeah.
So since they don't want to do it, we will provide it. We're going to take care of you. So
Exactly. So thank you, everybody. Again, thank you for if you have purchased my book. I want to say thank you. If you desire to purchase my book, I say thank you. Even if you just hit the like and you shared it, I want to say thank you. I'm excited about it. And I'm just very grateful. Thank you so much.
And if you bought and purchased a book, take a picture with it and show and tag her in it, please, on Facebook and wherever, Instagram, TikTok, wherever social media platform you on.
And yes, I did use my real government name. He was like, "You're gonna use your real name?" Yep.
Because nobody calls her Yakisha.
That's what my mama. What's that? That's what my mama named me. I had nothing to do with that.
Well, you should have put your middle name too.
No.
Yeah.
No. I
Love you too, Sharon.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So thank you guys once again for joining us on a Tuesday night. We are so grateful for you all sticking with us, and we've been consistent. We're proud of ourselves, and eventually we're going to move to weekly, right, Mama? At some point.
Thank you, Lawanda.
Thank
you so
reading
much.
it to all the kids out of county. Thank you. So you all have a great night. We hope we said something that will be beneficial to you, whether you're seeing this now or later on, and we'll see you next time we see you.
We'll see you next time. Good night.
Your right now won't be always.